while at Google? Not from a hiring aspect, but what type of talents are they after? Like, what made you stand out? Not you per se, but the skill you had that made them like, yes, I want that. Just for the listeners also to understand, how do they work from a hiring top talent perspective?
So hiring wise, there's a big thing about culture there. That is almost about 50%. And that was one thing I was lacking most. Part of me cracking this code was, I would go to these, I had an apartment at the time, not so great, but I would go to these expensive apartments and, I couldn't afford it, but I would say, hey, I want a tour, go check it out and like, just, feel the environment. I felt like if I was in the environment, some point I would, become that or get close to that, and understand how to be around those environments. So, one day this guy ran down the steps and he had no shoes on and he was like, hey, and a lady said hi to him and he was like, hey, how's it going?
Was
He
it Steve Jobs? No, was it?
I don't I said, it almost looked like, but not quite. But he was like, and the way he ran down the steps, the way he ran back up, in my mind, I said, oh my God, that guy has so much money. And it stuck with me because I was like, how did I know he had money? Yeah, he's at this apartment complex, but what in his body language made me feel like this guy was wealthy, always had money, rich, what was that? And I realized the carelessness, in the way his shoulders dropped and how easily and how soft his voice was. And,
Yeah.
I sat with that for about a week or two.